Hello everyone, welcome to the Innovates YouTube channel. I'm Kato Lawrence Kanyike and I'm going to take you through the abnormal extracellular accumulations. There are a number of abnormal extracellular accumulations which include the fibrin, the hyalin, the gout, and a couple of more others. To begin with, let's start with hyalin. Well, we are starting off with hyalin, and we are saying that hyalin is an extracellular accumulation of homogeneous, glossy, and pink or eosinophilic substance that appears pink in the routine sections. Well, hyalin is very common with glomerular disease. This happens just because the protein are precipitated within the kidney tubules or the nephrotic tubules, and these appear as hyalin casts. The hyalin casts, as we are going to see in the next slides in the histological sections, hyalin casts appear pink staining or eosinophilic. This is characteristic of glomerular disease, as we are going to see in the next slides. Well, in this histological section, we are able to appreciate the protein being deposited or precipitated within the kidney tubules. It appears pink staining or eosinophilic. These are what we call the hyalin casts or the hyalin droplets that are due to the deposition or the precipitation of protein. Well, this is a kidney from a dog with glomerular disease in which protein has leaked into the filtrate. The reabsorption of the protein into those tubules results into the droplet accumulation. The droplet accumulation seen as hyalin droplets. The protein within the lumen is called the hyalin. So remember, hyalin is a generic term for a staining feature that correlates with the specific substances. So this is the hyalin or the hyalin droplets that we are seeing in this nephrotic tissue that has glomerular disease. Well, another abnormal extracellular deposition is fibrinoid. We shall appreciate this more within the arteries, the artery walls. Well, fibrin is an amorphous smudgy eosinophilic material, eosinophilic meaning it's pink staining, found particularly in connective tissue and the walls of the blood vessels, as I said before, more specifically in the arteries. Well, fibrinoid degeneration or necrosis of the arterial walls is usually an immune-mediated lesion having fibrin, immunoglobulins, and the complement system or the complement present in the fibrinoid material, as we are going to appreciate in the next histological section, that this is due to the deposition of fibrin within the arterial walls. When this fibrin is deposited within the arterial walls, they undergo necrosis. And this is very, very characteristic of the arterial walls, the arteries, more specifically, as we are going to appreciate within the histological sections in the next slide. Well, this is an H&E histological section of an artery from a bovine. We are able to appreciate here in the center, we have the blood cells which appear red. Then I want us to appreciate the wall of this artery. We have fibrin being deposited within the walls of this artery, and this is what we call fibrin necrosis or fibrin degeneration. Well, this fibrin degeneration or necrosis in this artery of a bovine is due to an immune complex disease leading to the necrosis of the blood vessel wall, so which we term as fibrin necrosis. It's diagnostic and it cannot be grossly seen, so it can only be seen under the histological sections or under a microscope. Well, this is what we call fibrin degeneration or fibrin necrosis. Another very important abnormal extracellular deposition is one that is called gout. Well, gout is due to a disease in nitrogen metabolism. In our bodies, when you take in the proteins, they have to be metabolized. And for the humans or the mammals, the end product of our metabolism of proteins is uric acid. This uric acid has to be excreted. Well, if there is any abnormality that can lead to accumulation of uric acid within the body, this can lead to a disease called gout. Well, gout is a disease of nitrogen metabolism characterized by the deposition of uric acid or the urate crystals within the tissues. Well, these are more so characteristic within the viscera or the visceral tissues and the articular tissues or the joints. We are going to appreciate that this disease or this disorder is very characteristic or very common in the reptilians and the avians, and also the human species are very susceptible. More so, the articular gout is very common within the human species. We are saying that in the humans, the gout is a genetic disorder of uric acid metabolism. As we said before, uric acid is the end product of nitrogen metabolism within the humans. So any disturbance in the metabolism and the excretion of uric acid from the bodies of the humans will lead to the accumulation of this uric acid within the circulatory system, and this can lead to gout. So it leads to hyperuricemia. This is the term that is given to the accumulation of the uric acid within the circulatory system or within the blood, and chronic relapsing arthritis. So arthritis is just the inflammation of the joints. Just the inflammation of the joints, and it is very common within the avian species. For the humans, for the avians, we have arthritis, gout in the joints, and also within the viscera. We are saying the avian species, gout occurs in either the articular or the visceral forms. Birds and reptiles eliminate the semi-solid urates in feces instead of uric acid. In humans, we know that birds do not urinate. Their urine, which would have been their urine, comes with the excreta or the feces as a white substance that coats on their feces or their droppings. The visceral gout is seen sporadically due to vitamin A deficiency. Well, why vitamin A deficiency? Because vitamin A is responsible for the maintenance of the epithelia within our tissues. Then high protein diets, well, this is very common in humans. Whenever you take in high protein diets, this increases the susceptibility to accumulation of the uric acid within the blood system, because uric acid is as a result of nitrogen metabolism. Then renal injury. This is due to damage to the nephrotic tissue. When the nephrotic tissue is damaged, it cannot easily or effectively eliminate the uric acid. So there are more chances that the uric acid will accumulate within the blood system, and this will increase the susceptibility to titular gout. In this particular slide, we are able to appreciate both articular and visceral gout. As we said before, gout appears as a white layer or concretion covering the viscera or the articulating joint. The red deposits are also termed as the tophi, and they are clear, refractile in the tissue, and they also incite chronic inflammation. In this left picture, we can appreciate articular gout. We have the nodules that have a firm consistency within the pharyngeal joints of this avian species. And then on this right side, we have a white layer of the urate deposits or the tophi that are covering the organs of the viscera, the liver, the heart. This is what we call visceral gout. So this is the histological section of gout. As stipulated earlier on, we said that such lesions are circumscribed or surrounded by the macrophages, and the urate crystals, or what we termed as the tophi, are within the center. This is histology of the gout that is typical of the urate deposits surrounded by the macrophages that are attempting to ingest and degrade the urate crystals or these substances. This is why you have inflammation, and they cause chronic inflammation. Well, this happens to be a digit of an avian species with articular gout within the pharyngeal joints. Well, the gout appears as a chalky substance within the articular or the joints, and we are looking at the cut section of a digit of a bird with articular gout. In birds, the visceral gout is common with a variety of diseases, and grossly it's a chalky white appearance with nodular or farm-like consistency when touched. So this is articular gout within the pharyngeal joints of an avian species. Well, in this video, we've been looking at the abnormal extracellular depositions. I thank you all for watching, and keep it on the Innovates YouTube channel. Thank you so much.